Welcome. Today I would like to share you about the P-38's lesser-known sibling, XP-58 Chain Lightning. The XP-58 Chain Lightning stands as a noteworthy example of Lockheed's ambitious attempt to create a long-range, high-altitude interceptor during the tumultuous years of the Second World War. Despite its innovative design and impressive specifications, the aircraft's development encountered numerous challenges, ultimately leading to its cancellation before it could fulfill its intended role. Genesis of the XP-58. The inception of the Lockheed XP-58 Chain Lightning traces its roots back to the desire for a superior interceptor that could surpass the limitations of existing aircraft during the early years of the Second World War. Lockheed, leveraging the success and experience gained from the development of the P-38 Lightning, accepted the challenge laid down by the United States Army Air Corps to create an aircraft that could ensure air superiority against the evolving threats posed by Axis powers. The USAAC's request for proposals in the late 1930s spurred Lockheed into action, with the initial concept for the XP-58 originating as an advanced derivative of the P-38. This new project aimed to incorporate greater firepower, enhanced range, and better high-altitude performance to engage and destroy enemy bombers before they could reach their targets. The ambition was to combine the agility and speed of a fighter with the destructive capability of a bomber, a concept that required significant advancements in aeronautical engineering and design. As the design process unfolded, it became clear that the XP-58 would diverge substantially from its P-38 predecessor. The envisioned aircraft grew in size and complexity, incorporating stativized technologies and design philosophies. Kelly Johnson's influence. Lockheed's engineers, under the guidance of Kelly Johnson, one of the most brilliant minds in aviation history, embarked on a journey of innovation and experimentation. They faced the daunting task of balancing the demands for increased armament and payload capacity with the imperative of maintaining, if not enhancing, the speed and maneuverability that made the P-38 Lightning a formidable adversary. The development of the XP-58 was as much a response to the rapid advancements in aviation technology worldwide as it was an attempt to anticipate the future requirements of aerial combat. Lockheed foresaw the need for an interceptor that could operate at extreme altitudes, engage enemy aircraft with precision, and endure long-distance missions to protect American skies and support overseas operations. Moreover, the XP-58 represented an ambitious attempt to push the boundaries of what was technically feasible at the time. Design and development. The design and development phase of the Chain Lightning emerged as a testament to Lockheed's engineering prowess and its ambition to redefine the capabilities of a long-range interceptor. This period was characterized by a relentless pursuit of innovation, driven by the need to meet and exceed the evolving requirements set forth by the United States Army Air Corps. At the heart of the XP-58's design philosophy was the intent to craft an aircraft that could deliver unmatched performance at high altitudes, coupled with the firepower necessary to decimate enemy bombers. Lockheed's engineers embarked on this ambitious project with a clear vision, drawing upon the legacy of the P-38 Lightning, but aiming to surpass its limitations. The twin-boom configuration, a hallmark of the P-38, served as the foundational design element. providing the structural basis for incorporating advanced aerodynamics and propulsion technologies. Kelly Johnson and his team faced the formidable challenge of integrating massive, powerful engines into the XP-58's airframe. The initial choice of the Allison V3420 engines reflected the project's high aspirations, as these engines promised the significant thrust required to propel the aircraft to the high speeds and altitudes necessary for its interceptor role. However, marrying such potent engines with an airframe that could maintain maneuverability and stability at high speeds demanded ingenuity and a series of design refinements. Firepower. The XP-58's armament configuration underwent several iterations, each reflecting Lockheed's response to the changing demands of aerial combat. The engineers envisioned the XP-58 as a flying arsenal, equipped with an array of cannons and machine guns that could unleash devastating firepower. The ambitious proposal to include a 75mm cannon underscored Lockheed's intent to create an interceptor capable of destroying heavily armored enemy bombers with a few precise shots. This formidable armament suite required innovative solutions for ammunition storage, weapon stability, and recoil management, adding layers of complexity to the design process. Incorporating a pressurized cockpit into the aircraft marked yet another significant advancement, specifically designed to enhance crew comfort and operational efficiency at the high altitudes where the XP-58 was anticipated to shine. Furthermore, this innovation, which was relatively novel at the time, highlighted Lockheed's comprehensive approach to design. It demonstrated that their considerations extended beyond mere aircraft performance to include the well-being of the crew as well. Moreover, as the development journey unfolded, the XP-58 underwent numerous design revisions, each one progressively addressing the array of technical and operational challenges that surfaced. Importantly, these challenges were not solely technical in nature, but also strategic. Consequently, the shifting dynamics of the war effort, coupled with the rapid pace of technological advancements, necessitated continuous adjustments to the aircraft's design specifications. This iterative process underscored the complex interplay between innovation and practicality in the quest to achieve aerial superiority. Technological marvel. The Chain Lightning was envisioned as a technological marvel of its time, with specifications that aimed to set new benchmarks for speed, altitude, and firepower. Central to achieving these ambitious goals were the aircraft's engines, armament, and design features, each reflecting Lockheed's commitment to pushing the envelope of aviation technology. At the core of the XP-58's envisioned capabilities lay its power plant, the Allison V3420 engines. These 24-cylinder behemoths were the epitome of American engineering prowess, designed to propel the XP-58 to the high speeds and altitudes essential for its role as a high-altitude interceptor. The choice of these engines was a bold statement of intent, underscoring the project's ambitious performance targets. The engines were to provide a blend of raw power and reliability, enabling the XP-58 to undertake long-range missions and engage enemy aircraft with superior speed and agility. Airframe. The XP-58's airframe and design features were meticulously crafted to accommodate these advanced specifications. The twin-boom configuration, inherited from the P-38 Lightning, provided the structural stability and aerodynamic efficiency necessary to support the aircraft's powerful engines and heavy armament. This configuration also facilitated the incorporation of a pressurized cockpit, a feature that highlighted Lockheed's attention to crew comfort and operational effectiveness at high altitudes. The pressurization system was a critical component, enabling the crew to operate efficiently in the thin air of the upper atmosphere without the need for cumbersome oxygen masks. Moreover, the XP-58's wingspan and overall dimensions were carefully calibrated to balance the requirements of high-speed performance, range, and payload capacity. The increased wingspan allowed for greater fuel storage, extending the aircraft's range and endurance for long-duration missions. This feature was critical for the XP-58's intended role, enabling it to patrol vast areas and engage the enemy well before they could pose a threat to American forces or the mainland. Operational challenges. The journey of the Chain Lightning from conception to cancellation was fraught with operational challenges that ultimately led to its demise before it could fulfill its intended role. These challenges were multifaceted, stemming from technical difficulties, shifts in military strategy, and the rapidly evolving landscape of aerial warfare during the Second World War. One of the primary hurdles faced by the XP-58 was the persistent technical issues associated with its advanced design and ambitious specifications. The powerful Allison V3-420 engines, central to achieving the aircraft's high-speed and high-altitude performance goals, proved to be a source of significant difficulty. Achieving reliable performance from these engines was a constant challenge, complicating the development process and delaying the project's progress. Additionally, integrating the heavy armament, particularly the 75mm cannon, into the aircraft without compromising its aerodynamic efficiency or structural integrity presented ongoing challenges. These technical obstacles not only increased the complexity of the development process, but also escalated the costs associated with the project. Cancellation. Lockheed meticulously crafted the XP-58's airframe and design features to accommodate these advanced specifications. The twin-boom configuration, inherited from the P-38 Lightning, offered the structural stability and aerodynamic efficiency necessary to support the aircraft's powerful engines and heavy armament. This configuration also made it easier to incorporate a pressurized cockpit, a feature that underscored Lockheed's focus on crew comfort and operational effectiveness at high altitudes. The pressurization system became a critical component, allowing the crew to operate efficiently in the thin air of the upper atmosphere without relying on cumbersome oxygen masks. The strategic context of the war also played a significant role in the decision to cancel the XP-58 project. As the Allies started to dominate and the threat from enemy bombers reaching American shores decreased, the urgency to deploy a new high-altitude interceptor faded. Consequently, the USAAF began reevaluating its resource allocation, giving priority to projects that aligned more closely with the immediate needs of the war effort and the future of post-war aviation. These challenges cumulatively led to the cancellation of the XP-58 project in 1944. The USAAF did not make the decision to stop the XP-58's development lightly. It acknowledged the changing landscape of aerial warfare and the necessity to shift focus towards more promising technologies and aircraft designs. Although builders had completed a few prototypes, these served primarily as platforms for experimentation, offering valuable insights into high-speed flight and aircraft armament. However, These prototypes never reached the operational status they were originally intended for.